Alright, 15 Minutes Unfiltered, Episode 2. So, my left shoulder over here is just like basically done. We were putting up some deer fence, which you got to put like 5 feet tall fence, 3 feet apart from a 3-foot fence or a 2-foot fence or something like that. And it creates this optical illusion that tells deer, nope, can't make it. So, but I'm enjoying some bull run mixed with something organic, Columbia. I don't know, it's in a white bag. But this grove, near and dear to me. And I've got to get it cleared so that my best friend can, come over here with his kids and we can have a fire. Let's see if I can do it. So I got to get that fire pit cleared. But I like seeing my friend, and I like seeing my niece's nephews. I mean, he's not my biological brother, but he might as well be. I mean, we've known each other since we were like, I was 6, he was 7, or something like that, or vice versa. Well, he's older than me, but, I might have been 7, he might have been 8. We went to, Caddy Elementary in Kaiser, Oregon. And we've got to put a yurt here. Hold on. Wow, this lighting is horrible at night. You see how it's like all clear and everything now? Like you can see these baby blues. Look at that. Bam. Gotcha. I told you I'm filtered. Wow, that snaggle tooth. I got to get some Invisalign. I don't care who you are. All right, but you see that little clear spot right there? Right next to the grove. Because if you don't say it like that, the grove, then you're not doing it right. But we're going to put like a little yurt thingamajigger over here. Then we got to run the electricity over to those bad boys in that direction. And that's about the Mario Kart thing that we're going to be doing with the golf cart, where you can like zigzag between the trees in the front area. It's going to be freaking cool. And I'm going to do, I told you about the motion sensor in another video, where basically I'm going to use a musical keyboard and remake the sounds from Mario Kart-ish, slight variant, so it's, copyright free. That way when people are doing their little golf cart thing, they'll hear that, and I guarantee you people are going to start speeding up. Like, they're going to be like, yeah, I guarantee it. Like, this entire place is going to be fun. And, I mean, I'm the one that gets to design the fun stuff. In fact, I'm going to show you something. This is a lake. And, turn it around. Turn the beat around. Right over here, imagine this, being able to sit over here, boom, by the chimney. In fact, I'm going to give you the true view. And you know what? I'm going to pull a Commander Riker on this one. Bam! Oh, what happened there? But yeah, that's where the screen's going to be. And I'm going to try and angle it to where you can see it right between those trees, which means we have to cut a couple branches down, but who cares? It's that, or we could just extend it that way. But I'm going to have a Bluetooth speaker up here that's going to be charging on solar. Yes, I'm going to do that. So that way, if you want to tie into the Bluetooth, you can and just listen to it up here. Or we could do the speakers down there and make them loud enough. It's just, we don't want to piss off the neighbors. We want to be the kind people around here. Oh my God, it's only 3 minutes. Look, good Lord. Oh, you know what else is crazy? This weekend and this week, and I think, this week has been insane for me. And right now, it feels like a combination of January and next weekend? Yeah, next weekend. It doesn't feel like this weekend anymore. It feels like I skipped a week. That's how busy I've been. I got so much stuff going in the background. I am not going to eat you, boy. Lord have mercy. These little frogs out here. Ain't no frog legs coming out here. I'm not that country. But we've got a lot to do here. This little clearing right up here, the second yurt's going to go. It's a little flat right there. Nice little flat, and there's a privacy barrier for the other ones. Hold on. Bam. So, but no, it's just, when I put my all into something, I put my all. And I mean, I was doing some uncomfortable things that it's surprising how many uncomfortable things you can do. They're just intimidating as hell at first. But like now, I'm apprehensive still about showing off the filter or the mask, if you will. Everybody calls it a mask, but I prefer filter. That's just me. Why? Because I'm filtering out all the other noise and adopting one personality, if I were to put it simply. But I'm also so much more pronounced on the spectrum than anybody knows. True story. Now, if I were to show off, that would be an entirely different story. No many pachi spirit. Spirit to coffee. Amen. That's going to be running. Expect that in every episode. If you see me with a coffee cup. But coffee definitely slows me down. It makes it easier to go through the day, but I also know it's a diuretic, and ultimately it's going to start hurting my kidneys, among other things. I'm not worried about my stomach. I can handle heat, I can handle coffee. I'm not worried about that. But it took a while to get there. Like, to build up my heat tolerance also built up my pain tolerance. Not joking. I remember the first time I tried Tapatio. In fact, my best friend remembers too. Everybody was like, oh, no, just one drop. Oh, no, it's fine. So like 4 drops and the big ones of Tapatio. This little 9-year-old white boy at this Mexican house is drinking water for like the next 10 minutes. Like that was fire. And I remember thinking to myself, you know what? Real men know how to eat heat. So I started building up my tolerance with top ramen. And yeah, put it this way, even when I was a kid, I was such a fat boy at heart that I was adding this dried minced garlic to it, dried minced onion, some of those freeze-dried vegetables and whatnot to go a little extra in there. And at one point, I got a 10 hot sauce top ramen. No, 15 hot sauce. And I got all different types, just a little shake, 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 shake. But no kidding, check this out. I'm not joking about this. I wish to God I remembered what I did. Okay, so I made this top ramen, kind of like I normally do. I added a little bit less heat, and I don't remember the spices because I was out of one. Then I added just a little bit of imitation vanilla, not the real stuff because that's too strong. I kid you not, it's just like a little, like one of those running drops that's really thin. It was the best top ramen I've had in my life. And it was homemade and instant. I've never had anything like that. I don't remember the recipe. But if you can figure out something good, leave it in those comments below. See, one thing I think is autistic babies. They tend to be colicky. Every single one of my autistic friends or friend on the spectrum, or anybody I've talked to and been able to ask this, you know, without being like, hey dude, were you colicky? I'm not going to do that. Come on. But we're all colicky. I was a horribly colicky baby. I remember feeling growing pains. Especially in 2nd grade. That was rough. 2nd grade was rough. It was rough enough for me to remember it now. Gosh, almost 20 years later. No, almost 30 years later. Like, that's the thing. I don't feel like I'm in my 30s. Part of me feels like I'm in my 50s, and another part of me still feels like I'm 20 years old. And I'm not sure if that's a psychological override, if you will. I don't know the term for it. Because here's the thing, I'll get the concepts right. I will consistently get the concepts right. And I'll fill in the blanks that they got wrong. But I may not always use the proper terminology, just because I've been surviving. Like, straight up, I've been surviving. But I wonder if it's a dueling personality or just split agendas. I mean, some parts of my life seem very contradictory. But the one thing that does stay with me is guilt. Like, that's something that never goes away. And from what I can tell from people who are much more violent than me. That's why I say, like, narcissism, sociopathy, psychopathy, if it's not chemically induced, if it's traumatically induced, or like, it gets complicated when you try to overgeneralize, because I know I'm going to be accurate yet inaccurate. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's kind of, but here's some clarification on that actually makes it make sense. And that's how it would go. But the long story short is manifesting those traits of our personality and embracing those over much. I mean, everything's got a purpose and a place. But when you effectively glorify those in order to glorify or edify your own life and better it, you run the risk of emotional scars. And they will follow you. Like, it's a matter of time before it catches up, if you live that long. True story. I mean, that's why it happens so much you have a stereotype for it. I mean, come on. That's what stereotypes are, is it happens so much it becomes common knowledge without becoming professional knowledge. Or even if it is professional knowledge, it happens so much and so many different groups talk about it that it becomes stereotype. Wow, when did I get that stutter today? That's odd. Might also be I haven't been eating. But that's not new. And I actually like, taking off the shirt now and looking in the mirror. That's the thing, I used to be vain. I used to be horribly vain. But it's more vanity from a standpoint of, can my body do what I want it to do? And I pushed my body until it could do things other people can't do. I mean, I can do... I really don't want to take on Tim Faust or anything like that, but the songs that he's released, I can do everything but that low rumble. I'm working on it, but it's guttural when I do it. I can hit those notes. I can. It's very guttural, and doing that like professionally, I'd say a couple weeks down the road, it's either going to wear out your voice or you're going to have one heck of a voice. But keep in mind, I also sing tenor. So, I mean, I'll do a little bit of everything. That's a good 20 years-ish of vocal training here and there and just pushing myself. If you heard my vocal control at 18, there wouldn't be a dry eye behind any TV screen right now or computer screen. But I've got to build up my diaphragm to do that again. Because that took a lot of muscle control. Muscle control, throat control. I mean, and my lung capacity. I think I was rated, because they were retesting me for childhood asthma, and I had a lung capacity of like 115% of normal. 115, 120, something like in that range, but less than 120. So, I mean, I can carry a note if I want to, even now. But I'm tired. Like, this week has been so involved with so many different moving parts, doing so many different things, and keeping track of so much. I mean, I can do it. It's been so long since I've had to. I mean, I guess it's familiar territory that I'm going back to after a long time. And I forgot how fast life moves when you do that. I kind of feel like singing, but I kind of don't. I don't know what to sing that I haven't already sung. Why do I feel discouraged? And why do the shadows come? Why does my heart feel lonely, longing for my heavenly home. When Jesus is my portion, a constant friend is he. It's not because I couldn't hit those notes. I lost confidence in the words. I haven't sang that song in forever. You know what? I might just make that a thing. Start picking out a song that I'm going to sing, like Boys to Men or a little bit of Joe. You know what I mean? Maybe some Jamie Foxx up in there. Yeah. Or maybe some oldies. Sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Ooh. I could have some fun with that. Maybe. But you better expect me to play around once in a while, too. By the way, I know I'm hitting 16 minutes and I'm about to cut it off, but one last thought. Every single accent you're hearing right now, this is the natural me. This is how I am. I said unfiltered. This is just me talking to a camera right now. No agenda, no side piece, no nada. Alright, I'll catch y'all later.